earlier this year. Another first round stoppage for his last time out.
We go to Peter Zimmer for the introduction.
Contested under the jurisdiction of the New Hampshire Boxing and Wrestling Commission. Tonight, your commissioner, the one and only, incomparable, Art Nolan. And also from right here in Windham, New Hampshire, Kimberly McBride. Your three judges throughout the evening will be Eddie Scuzio, John Mathis, and Martha Tremblay. Your timekeepers, Robert and Joe Lachance. Your referee for this opening contest will be Johnny Counts. This opening bout is scheduled for 6 rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first, boxing out in the blue corner to my left. He's wearing black trunks with silver trim. His record, impressive. 1 win, 0 defeats, 1 big win by way of knockout. He comes to us from Berwick, Maine. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Castleton, Ryan Clark. His opponent sitting directly across the ring, fighting out of the red corner to my right. Sporting red trunks with white trim. Coming to us from Fall River, Massachusetts. His record, impressive. 4 wins, 1 defeat, 1 draw, 2 big wins by way of knockout. He's an upset specialist who's done it before right here at the Castleton. Ladies and gentlemen, Kris Jacobs. 6 rounds, welterweights.
All right, first bout of the evening about to get underway. Sean Farley joins us. Sean, what do you know about the 2 guys in the first bout of the evening? Kris Jacobs, Ryan Clark.
Well, I know Kris Jacobs quite well.
Game plan to face him, right?
Due to Brandon Higgins, his first loss coming to him. Kris is a very capable boxer, but Ryan Clark, I remember from the amateurs, and he's a physically strong guy as well, who I think, is, if he can apply good pressure, I think could test Kris in some interesting ways tonight.
Clark out of Berwick, Maine, wearing the black trunks with silver trim. Kris Jacobs wearing white trunks with red stripes down the sides.
Right off the bat, you see Kris trying to counterpunch.
Oh, yeah.
Nice body shot. Ryan's got the right idea, though. He's trying to close the gap and crush that space and stay close to Kris. That's to Ryan's best advantage. Good shots by both guys
to stay long, like he's doing now, using that jab.
Yeah, he does fight well off long and well off the angle there in that southpaw stance.
Yeah, and he switches stances seamlessly too. So we should see if he uses that. Started out southpaw.
He makes good adjustments as the fight goes, so, if Ryan is able to close the gap, Kris is already impressing me with some well-placed body shots early. That's what you want to do when somebody pressures you like that, is take some of the air out of those tires with some good body work.
Another good one to the ribs there for Jacobs.
Clark's continuing to come forward, though.
Yeah, personally, Kyle, I'd like to see Ryan, put some little shots out there to set up.
Rather than just walk straight in.
Walk in. He's moving his head, though. He just had a moment of success right there.
Clark going to work on the body of Jacobs now. Stay back up.
That was interesting, though, there, guys, because the shots didn't seem to have that much steam. You got to wonder if those body shots have already taken a little out of Ryan Clark.
Right, and big step up for Ryan to take a 6-rounder is his second pro fight. Chris's went 6 before, so he's went the distance in these type of fights.
Ryan Clark with a record of 1-0, 1 win by way of knockout. That was over Robert Bricks on July 30th as part of the Great American Boxing Bash here at the Castleton.
That's a common opponent they both have. Both dispensed bricks inside of a round, I believe, him and Kris.
That last sequence, though, that's what Ryan wants to be doing, is giving him no space. Now Kris able to hit the body and establish jab, and like Kyle pointed out, he does switch stances very seamlessly. I don't know if he was off balance there what happened.
Attempted uppercut by Clark, and the two end up clutching. Big jab there by Clark.
Hey, he's starting to make Kris just a little bit uncomfortable here. Kris looks like he's looking for a counter. Good round of boxing.
Competitive first round, yeah.
Well, pretty close back and forth. Who do you guys give that first round to?
I would say Kris Jacobs on clean punching, but
I agree.
I think Kyle came on towards the end of the round.
Tom.
I apologize. Ryan Clark.
Ryan Clark. But yeah, Ryan kept the pressure up. You know, that's a tough pace to push for 6 rounds, though. You know, especially if Kris keeps landing those clean punches.
Especially to the body.
Yeah, the body work's gonna pay dividends for him.
I'm impressed though, Kyle, by Ryan Clark taking this fight.
Absolutely,
in a second pro fight. Yeah. He's certainly looking to make a statement. And he's probably physically bigger than anybody Kris has fought so far.
True. Yeah. No. I had seen him in the locker room when we fought on a card earlier, and he's a good-sized kid for 154. I think they're doing this at 151, but
yeah, 50 or 51, exactly right.
Clark comes swinging out of the gate. Jacobs with the jab.
Kris is orthodox right now. Well, he was for a minute there.
For a second, yeah. Like you say, seamlessly the way he switches stances, Kyle.
A couple of hooks over the top for Jacobs.
Oh. Good combination by Kris there. Good body
nice
shot.
Body shot, yeah. Right hand right up the middle.
Kris is smart too when he gets against those ropes. He's having him break, not letting Ryan go to work on the ropes.
Yeah, this is kind of funny though. Right now, this is kind of more of a Ryan Clark style of fight, although I would say Kris is still getting the better of it.
Yeah, right, yep. Yeah, you figure Kris would want to keep him at distance, but Kris just seems comfortable right now working in the pocket.
And one thing I picked up on Kyle is, Kris looks good at 150. Looks strong at
Definitely.
150.
Yeah.
Good body shots. Especially the second body shot in that last sequence. He went around and then up the middle, in between the elbows.
It connected with the hook
Yeah,
to the
I
ribs
think
and then
Kris,
the
like
uppercut.
me, has a decent cut to get to 47. So for him at 54, I think he'd have a lot of success, like as he has.
Right. He's having an okay round right now.
Clark connecting on a couple of jabs, misses with the uppercut there.
Good head
I think, Kris has to be just a little bit careful. Even though a lot of Ryan's stuff isn't landing clean, there's sequences where he's working, Ryan is working, Kris isn't. When Kris is letting his hands go,
he's scoring.
He appears to be the superior fighter, but there's little lulls in the action this round, and Ryan's hustling. Like that's maybe 4 punches unanswered, maybe as much as 6 punches unanswered.
Yeah. That the judges see, even if they're not affecting Kris, it's still scoring shots, right?
Yeah.
Like we said, though, it is a 6-round fight, and you don't know if Kris is pacing himself for that, whereas Ryan hasn't experienced that yet,
I couldn't agree more, Kyle. Kris doesn't seem tired or anything. He just seems very relaxed, but you can maybe make a case he's being outworked this round, unless we'll notice some clean shots by him. But
I think this one's definitely been closer than the first.
Absolutely. If anything, so far, I'd go so far as to say that I think that Ryan Clark won this round.
Oh, good body shot.
Good body shot. Yeah. That was a very close round.
I think it's just a matter of how busy Kris wants to get. Like you said.
Yeah.
Giving him the opportunity to score points and not necessarily work back. That's going to be the chance that Ryan has if he can be the busier guy. Because I don't think you're going to see him outbox Kris.
That being said, Kyle, after 2 rounds, you can make an argument that Ryan won this. Yep. Ryan won that round, but Ryan is wearing the pace more so than Kris Jacobs.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle, you work out in the same gym with Kris Jacobs, what was his camp like coming into this fight? What did he do to prepare himself
So
for
Kris
another
and,
6 rounds?
Chris and I are actually out of 2 separate gyms in Fall River, but we train out of the same city. Our gyms have a great relationship, so we do a lot of sparring together. Where we go to Chris's gym, Kris comes to ours. He looked, we sparred as recently as last Saturday, and he looked sharp, man. We had me and a couple guys jumping in and out to keep Kris in there and try to run him down, and his gas tank didn't waver, and neither did his power, his endurance. So I think he had a good camp. He's ready to go. I don't think they took Ryan lightly at all, despite the fact he's only 1-0. I think he had they knew he had some tough amateur fights coming in, and he was definitely going to come to fight, which he has.
The open of the 3rd round gets a little bit scrappy. A little bit of
Good body shot.
Little blood now coming somewhere from Ryan Clark's nose, is that?
Yeah, it looks like
the left
nose.
right side of the nose. Gets a couple of body shots in on the ribs of Kris Jacobs.
Yeah, he's mugging him at times. That's what I'd like to see Kris do more of, is bang that body. Because Ryan actually has pretty good head movement. He might look straightforward and easy to hit, but I don't
he's
think
keeping
that's
his head
the
off
case.
the center line, though, when he comes in.
Well, both guys have now complained about a hit to the back of the head in this 3rd round. Now
Letting
Jacobs
his
with a
hands go
combo.
there, yeah.
I think sparring the man to my right, Kyle Cusack, is just exactly what Kris needed for this type of fight, because Kyle puts tremendous pressure himself, and Ryan is putting nothing short of tremendous pressure. I mean, giving him no space.
No,
nice
he's not
clean
giving
right
him
hand by Kris.
Giving him a second to think or to breathe.
Nice right hand by Ryan.
Yeah.
2.
Ryan Clark moving in, trying to offset the damage done by the blood leaking out of his nose. Kris Jacobs smelling that blood, wants more.
Good body shot
work,
by Kris Jacobs there.
Active work in the clinch.
Clark might have caught Jacobs
Oh,
with an
another good
uppercut on the
overhand.
far side.
Personally, I think Kris fights good out of both stances.
Me too, yeah.
But I prefer him southpaw.
I think it's just tougher for guys to deal with, tougher to get
Correct.
lefty sparring. You get
Nice
in
right
there.
hand by Ryan.
Doesn't seem to be affecting Kris, but like you said, those are scoring punches.
He's working, yeah.
He's working nonstop.
Oh, good body shot. One of my favorite shots for either guy, but for a conventional fight against a southpaw is that 2 right up the middle.
Right. Should always be there for you, right?
I think that mainly cut glove. It sounded good.
It sounded good.
Like,
Yeah, I think it. Good jab.
Just love how relaxed Kris Jacobs
Right.
is.
And that jab just scored maybe 5-6 times in a row.
Clark over the top. Definitely has the reach advantage. And he connects with a couple at long range there. To end the 3rd round, we head to the 4th. Still pretty even, guys. I think the edge to Jacobs in that one just because of the damage done to the nose.
Same here.
But I mean, Ryan is pushing a serious pace through 3,
Exactly right, Kyle. And I can tell you this, with the exception of the 1st round, I would not want to have to score either the 2nd or 3rd rounds, although I thought maybe you could go in the direction of Ryan in round 2 and go in the direction of Kris in round 3. To me, those were 2 very close rounds just because of Ryan's work rate.
Right, and you never know what a judge fancies, right?
Absolutely. Some guys like that aggression, even if it's not at always effective.
Effective, exactly.
Johnny Cap is one of my favorite referees, one of the best referees in all of boxing.
Great, awesome.
For the most part, he lets the guys fight. I think he just wants them to get away from a little bit of pushing.
Yeah.
Fast start
He
to
hasn't
the
been
4th.
involved much, which is what you want from a ref, right?
Absolutely, exactly right.
Jacobs connected with a short jab.
this is one of the issues when you fight a guy that's a little physically bigger and you spot some weight, you know, because we know Kris can make welterweight, is just the physical size of a bigger man coming at you.
Yep.
And you know, so I want to take my hat off to Kris Jacobs for himself taking this fight, because he's fighting a bigger guy who's here to win.
Absolutely. And with the whole, you know, freak situation of the storm, you know, these guys really had 2 days to swell back up after weigh-ins, right?
Yeah, although
I think they weighed them in again.
under the ABC. They weighed him in today. I think they were allowed to gain 12% of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you still got 2 days to recover from that if you're going to drain yourself to make weight. You know, it's not just the pounds, but you know,
more time to come in healthy.
Exactly.
And it's just some of these exchanges. It's hard because Kris is definitely landing the cleaner punches, but there's long periods of time where he's not working.
Yeah, Ryan's not giving him any space to breathe at all. Good head movement.
Jacobs going left and right, connecting on both. Very, very evenly matched so far.
Yeah, this is a good opener.
Great way to set the tone and the pace for 8 bouts tonight, including the main event of Kevin Walsh and Nate Balakin. Clark going to work on the body. It's a couple in a row on Jacobs. Clark's had a lot of success going to the body in this fight so far. Jacobs has had the advantage going pure for the head. Clark connects with a hook to Jacobs' chin.
See, that's what I love to see is when Ryan gets square, which he's doing most of the time when he gets on the inside.
He's ripping that body.
Yeah.
It's all there for him. Good combination by Ryan there, though.
Great body shot for Kris right at the bell.
Well, the fourth has come to an end, much the way it began. Very, very even.
Great fight.
Another very close round. Who do you give the edge to that one, guys?
Kris.
I still think Kris is landing the cleaner punches, but I mean, for Ryan what's this, going into the 5th now? Kept all these first 4 rounds, has not taken a step backwards.
Nope.
You know, no matter what and he's got, you know, he's leaking a little bit, he's still coming forward.
And it seems
making Kris work, making Kris earn his money tonight. You know.
And it seemed to me that Kris's shots, because you could tell much earlier on that Ryan's shots had lost a little steam. Seems like both guys' shots at this point have lost a little bit of steam.
They've both thrown a lot of punches through those 4 rounds.
I would just like to see Kris use his jab more from the outside and make it a little bit easier for him.
Yeah, when he sticks it,
it's almost like
it's finding a home every time.
It almost looks like he wants to fight on the inside. He's having fun there.
Round number 5, we'll see
that
how...
he's not really using a jab to create any space. He's kind of letting Kyle in.
Ryan.
It's all right. Sorry, guys.
Well, we'll see how...
It's because I'm sitting right next to Kyle.
We'll see how much Ryan Clark has left in the tank for rounds 5 and 6. Jacobs bouncing off of the ropes. Spins Clark into the corner.
That was interesting the way, though, Kris was able to maneuver Ryan and put him right in the corner. Great body shot by Kris Jacobs. Ryan just keeps plugging away, though.
There hasn't been many times that Ryan Clark has not answered a big combination from Kris Jacobs.
Nice right hook. That was right hook, wasn't it?
You're right, it was, yes.
Jacobs connecting with the cheek of Ryan Clark.
But again, Kyle, if you notice, Kris seems to me that he has no intentions of trying to make this an outside fight.
No, not at all. He's going to hang in right in there.
Right in the pocket and hold his ground and fight the man. Which I think he can make it a little easier for himself, but he is winning this fight. You know, the crowd's probably getting a better treat by him taking this approach. Man, Ryan Clark is tough. Nice right hand behind the ear there.
Ryan is a dog, man. He's not stopping. He's throwing.
Kris looked a little uncomfortable there for a second.
Jacobs left open the rib cage and
Good body shot.
accepted the body shot that came along with it.
I know right now I'd say this might actually be, so far, this might be a Ryan Clark round. Good body shot by Kris, though.
Yeah.
Another good
Solar
body shot.
plexus. Yep.
Ryan comes right back with 3
Yeah, he
shots.
does.
But that was
Body
4
work.
shots to Kris landed the better shots, but that was 4 shots to 2 Ryan.
Jacobs swinging wildly, gets caught in the corner. Clark going to work there. A number of body shots, mixing in the uppercut as well.
Nice little butt, rips up the middle by Ryan Clark.
Kris might have gotten hurt on that one.
Nice 2 clean shots by
Finished right
Kris
at-
at the end of the round, but I think that's a Ryan Clark round, guys.
Ryan definitely was the busier guy. When they were inside, you know, Ryan threw a lot of punches, like
Yeah.
you said.
Especially those last 10 seconds
Yeah.
in the corner.
Kris finished with 2 great straight left hands, but
Well, we'll go to the 6th and final scheduled round, guys. How do you have it scored so far?
3-2, Kris Jacobs.
yeah, I'd agree with that. I had it 3-1 Kris going into that one, and I think, you know, Ryan dug deep and just
Dogged that round out.
yeah,
right?
he was just super busy.
What do you think?
Didn't stop throwing punches.
What do we think about the performance of Ryan Clark? He's a veteran of exactly 1 round in the squared circle.
Right. No.
Good
He's
amateur
huge
back.
props.
5 or
So,
6 times
I
up.
remember hearing about him years ago and seeing him for the first time. He's been around a while, and he's, you know, he had a pretty good amateur background, and it's showing right now.
Oh, absolutely. Take on a guy like Kris, who's been in there with, like you said, a ton of talented guys, and go toe-to-toe with him through 5 so far.
Jacobs has gone 22 rounds entering this fight.
Nice
big
check.
shot.
Right hook by
That's
Kris.
something Kris Jacobs does real well, too, is that check right hook.
Yeah.
But again, Clark answering back.
And, you know, Kris sometimes punches from some kind of awkwardly effective angles, but Ryan's doing the same thing at times.
Right, yeah.
He does not seem in position to punch, yet he'll fire off a shot and land it.
Right.
I just think Kris Jacobs would make his life easier, Kyle, if he'd use that jab a little more from either stance.
Yeah, it seemed like Kris decided he was going to mix it up with him and fight on the inside tonight.
Yeah.
There's that jab.
Yeah. Twice. I feel like Kris has that there all night if he approached it from, you know,
Yeah.
fighting at distance.
And if you notice what he's doing, guys, now is he's using his legs to create a little space, which
Kris is
those-
super
those
athletic.
lead
He's
shots.
always, I feel like that's been there for him tonight. Ryan's working. Nice uppercut.
Now Jacobs answers back with a combo.
Nice, another nice body shot by Kris Jacobs. I'd just like to see him put a jab out there after it. You hear the corner of Jacobs, Kyle, saying you got to dig down.
Yep.
I think both corners are aware that there's a couple swing rounds. And again,
He's working.
yeah, a rally
Throwing a
by
ton of
Ryan
punches.
Clark.
Good combination by Kris there.
Backs off the attack from Clark.
You can tell Kris has been here before, though.
Right, yeah. Totally calm still.
Time winding down here in round number 6. Ryan Clark and Kris Jacobs doing one hell of a battle to start an 8-bout evening here at the Castleton Banquet and Conference Center. Across the board, we've got it 3-2 Jacobs coming into this 6th round. Jacobs came out strong to start the round, but since then Clark has kind of turned up the heat a little bit and answered.
Good body shot.
Good body shot right there.
Hands it by Kris.
Oh!
I don't know if the ref held him up there. I don't know if it was their feet tied up or...
It's probably best for us that the ref stopped him.
I think his feet caught Johnny Callis' feet.
Yeah.
Last 10.
Good punch by... What a fight.
Great start to the evening. Guys, what do you think?
4-2 Kris Jacobs.
Yeah. I think Kris won, but Ryan gave a hell of a showing of himself. Second pro fight. He pushed Kris.
That's it.
And like you said, you never know how a judge sees pressure as an indicator of who's winning the fight.
You don't. There was a couple rounds there that I thought that were kind of swing rounds that I lean towards Kris Jacobs, but that doesn't necessarily mean they will.
Exactly.
But on my card, guys, I have Kris Jacobs 4-2.
I agree.
Well, we get the...
Ryan can give a lot of guys trouble at this weight, though.
Yeah.
That type of pressure, man.
And I think you might have made a good point, Kyle, that Ryan, who's built similar to you, I only mistaken you guys, sorry to the fans out there, but I think maybe he might be more comfortable at 54 or upwards. I want to say I remember him fighting as heavy as 165 in the amateurs.
Yeah.
For sure 152.
Yeah.
Well, that's another one of the stacked divisions for Boston Boxing Promotions. That 154, we'll call it the range. A couple of swing fights in there, including one for you.
Yeah, that's where I fight. His guy, Mikey Bolger, who I'm sure is going to put on a show later on the card.
To see Mikey, he'll be the sixth bout of the evening. I think I'll be able to stick around. Who's up next?
Laquan Lewis.
We got
Kenny
Lightning Laquan Lewis and Kenny Larson going at it in bout number 2. After that, the heavyweights coming out to play. Don't play Sean Bay.
Scary man.
Yeah,
Sean Bay.
And a fun guy to talk to. I
Definitely.
like Sean Bay.
Yeah, good kid.
I remember him from the amateurs at 178 and 201, and he's got oh my god power in both hands from 78 to 201, basically cruiserweight, and now is a full-fledged heavyweight. But he's carried his power through all 3 weight classes.
Absolutely.
He's only got to be right with that. Only got to be right once with that type of punching power.
Yeah.
Well, he knocked out.
And he can box too. It's not just punching power. I've heard stories of him as a kid coming down and giving Scott Pemberton work, and it was good work. Probably at 16, 17.
Absolutely right, Kyle. He had he was on the national scene as an amateur. You don't on the national scene do well just because you're a pure puncher.
Exactly.
Got that boxing ability. Back of the fight we just saw, guys.
After 6 hard-fought rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Martha Tremblay scores the fight 58-56. Judge Eddie Scunzio sees the fight 58-56. And John Matfis sees the fight 59-55. For your winner, Ryan Clark.